Welcome to EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. I'm Sir Nick, and this is The Road to the Masters.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the home of the Ryder Cup in 2021, Whistling Straits, it's live first-round coverage of the Kohler Open. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. Your leader is Wake Forest's Will Zalatoris. He's rolling early at 8 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer in good form coming into this one, fresh off a victory a week ago. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. Well, the majors are all complete for the year. It is time to turn our attention to the big prize remaining. That, of course, the FedEx Cup. We're getting into the home stretch now. We will be at Scottsdale next week, Boston the week after that, and then it all gets started. Round 1 in Memphis, just 4 weeks from today. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yes, hello Rich. What a treat we're in for today. The backdrop of Lake Michigan and over 1,000 bunkers. Some reports say 1,012, so finding the fairway essential around this track, and we're off to a solid start.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
And this really is an ideal spot to take a run at this. I don't see much of anything that's going to influence the golf ball.
Oh, how's that to get a round started from long distance? It's in for a birdie. And he will very quickly move to 1 under par. We move on to the 597-yard second, the shorter of the 2 par 5s on the front. Gentle dogleg left. If you go for the green in 2, beware of a deep putt bunker 35 yards short of the putting surface. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Iona a second coming up.
And it's a long and slender hole, very challenging, and being on the right-hand side makes it even more so. We're looking at a blind second shot, with that pot bunker just 35 yards short of the green, making it even more tough.
Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Yes, can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. We come now to the first par 3 at Whistling Straits, 188-yard third. Best to favor the right side of this massive green to avoid Lake Michigan and those deep bunkers and dunes on the left. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. A straightforward look here for birdie. Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the third. Well, here we are at the par 4 fourth. It's a shade under 500 yards, and it is the hardest hole on the golf course. Why? Well, Pete Dye's playing mind games. Yet again, he's trying to get you to avoid those mounds on the right side. You do, and what happens is so many tee shots go toward those left bunkers and the dunes that fall dangerously toward Lake Michigan. Again, mind games from the mastermind, Pete Dye.
Well, that one's finished in the first cut. It's going to be a little bit harder to spin it from there with a little bit of grass around the ball, but still not too bad. And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, you really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
Oh, the pace perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. Ready to tee off here at the 5th. It is a 603-yard snaking par 5.
Yeah, really, there's no way you can carry that water on the right side. 340 yards finds the fairway on that line, so that's not really worth it. Ideally, just hit it down the left side. Take your medicine.
This starting toward the right side. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
And it's a smart play to take it down the left-hand side here at the 5th hole, and most likely we're looking at 3 shots from here on in.
Oh, that's not going to be good. A birdie putt down to Iona.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Oh, never a doubt. That one was tracking the entire way. It is in for a spectacular birdie. And he moves to 5 under now, 3 back of our leader. We turn back northward here at the par 4 sixth hole, measuring 409 yards. It is known as Gremlin's Ear, which is not particularly warm and inviting, and with good reason. Bunkers are everywhere. 2 of note to avoid. The large bunker right of the fairway, and then the Gremlin's Ear itself, the putt bunker at the elbow of the green. That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done. Iona, a second coming up.
And it's a short hole, the 6th here at Whistling Straits, the shortest on the front 9 in fact. To get to this back portion of the green you have to carry plenty of trouble, but be particularly aware of that deep pot bunker that's nestled in the Gremlin's Ear.
Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Yeah, look out, kind of sculled that one, and that's going to be over the green and into the rough. Good putt there. It's a bogey 5 here at the par 4. And he'll fall back to 5 under. Our featured golfer in a good position, you'd have to say. Just 3 shots off the pace after round 1.
Just got to keep the leaders in check, though. Can't afford to get, further away.
So that's it for us. For Frank, Noda, Iona, and our entire crew, Rich Lerner saying, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Whistling Straits Golf Course on the shores of Lake Michigan, live second-round coverage of the Kohler Open. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. We've got a tie at the very top at 9 under par. And the golfer we'll be watching, definitely in contention, just 3 shots off the lead. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 4 10th. maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. It was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result. This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Here we go. 7-footer for birdie. Nah, that's going to miss right, and a good opportunity goes by the wayside. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Well, Frank, the 11th here at Whistling Straits is a monster par 5. They call it sandbox, but it is not exactly child's play, is it?
No, I can't actually count the number of bunkers on this hole. Plus, it's a dogleg to the right. 645 yards. I don't care whichever way you cut it down. That's going to be 3 good shots. It forces you to hit driver off this tee.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
This now 7 feet for his birdie. Okay, that ball online all the way. It's a birdie here at 11. And he's going to move to within 2 shots of the lead. Perfect striking range for the weekend. Up next, it is the number 18 handicap hole, but don't be fooled. The 163-yard par 3 12th as the most challenging green at Whistling Straits. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the 3rd shot. Yeah, I think just kind of had to blast away at that one. Did well to get it on the green, but double bogey may very well be in the cards. Yeah, you can't do much better than that. That could run forever if you don't get the right speed. That's a nice job. Okay, so that one finished off for double bogey. And that won't help the cause one bit. Arriving here at the 402-yard par 4 13th. It's called Cliffhanger with good reason. The green hanging over the cliffs above Lake Michigan. Best to favor the left side of the fairway if possible.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Not in the fairway, but not a real problem here at the 13th, getting set to play his second shot. He has a 12-footer here. You betcha, what a roll there. That is in for a birdie. And that's going to move him to 6 under par. So here we are at the 14th, just a shade under 400 yards, par 4. You can see it's a dog leg left. You might be tempted to cut that corner, but you're asking for some trouble there. You can see there's an enormous fairway bunker, which could spell bogey. This started a little right, trying to draw its way back in. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, the pin, 136 is the number we're looking for. Pin in the back right portion of the screen.
Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And he'll remain at 6 under par. Now we arrive at the 503-yard par 4 15th, beginning of a 4-hole stretch, rivaling any 4-hole stretch in championship golf. Hang on tight. And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there. A look at birdie here at 15.
Yeah, we've got two things to contend with here. First, it'll be fast back down the hill, but also this is going to be working its way from left to right.
Kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That luck did the whole way. Okay, a bogey here at the 15th. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows? If you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number, see what happens.
Exactly. There's such a fine line, Rich, between playing well and sort of not struggling, but just mediocre. Putt goes in here or there. That could easily change tomorrow. Make a couple of birdies early, pop a long one in, and all of a sudden you're off and running.
So that should just about do it for all of us at EA EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the eastern shores of Wisconsin and Whistling Straits, it's live third-round coverage of the Kohler Open. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. Our leader is the former Georgia Bulldog, Keith Mitchell. He's at 11 under. We'll get out to the action here as we pick things up on the par 4 6th hole. That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. It was just about perfect. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, and this 6th hole is the shortest on the front nine, known as Gremlin's Ear. That's because of the unique shape of this green. Thankfully, the pin today is in the front portion. Definitely more accessible, but beware of those bunkers short right.
Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And a very straightforward look here, down the hill with no break.
That one just going to sneak on by. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll stay right where he is. Frank, there's a good reason they call this 7th hole shipwreck. It's 221 yards long, and there is plenty of trouble to the right.
Yeah, water, rocks, bunkers, all sorts of things. But really, when you look at the hole another way, it shapes up for a left to right shot.
That is not the spot to be.
Yeah, everybody talks about the 300-yard drives, but look at that. There's evidence, the short game shots. Out of the thick stuff, that just bounces through, well, that little fringe area there. Could save a whole shot. A whole shot.
Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3, and that won't help the cause one bit. This one have enough going on for you? 506 yards, and it's a par 4, this 8th hole. Count them, there are more than 100 bunkers on this hole. So what you need to do is favor the left side, because if you don't, there is that steep drop-off right into Lake Michigan, all those dunes, all those bunkers on the right. Focus. Focus. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Now, from just under 170 out, this is second.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
12 feet still to go. about it? A beauty there. It is in for a birdie. And he will definitely not say no to that. Headed to the clubhouse now for a hot dog and a soda at the turn. But first, a little bit of business here with this par 4 ninth.
And this is going to take a straight tee shot. Trouble on both sides of this fairway. Also, be very, very aware of the shape of this fairway. It's downhill and slopes left to right.
That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well.
That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good. That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So that in for his par, and it'll keep him at 1 under. So we begin this backside with the par 4 10th. It's 391 yards. This one's all about positioning. You want to try to keep it down the left side of the fairway because there's that deep bunker on the right. That's a 240-yard carry. That's a pretty good poke. Oh, that is squeezing every inch of distance out of the golf swing. That was as powerful as you're going to see. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. That's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And he'll remain right where he is. So for our featured golfer, some good playing and some favorable scoring conditions here on this Saturday. But they'll look up at that leaderboard and see they're still well back.
But I think the goal really is to try and shoot back-to-back great rounds, Rich. If anything better than that, maybe leader takes a stumble. You can't control that, but at least get out there tomorrow, shoot as low as you can.
So that'll do it for my partner here. EA Sports, and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Sheboygan, Wisconsin, it's live final round coverage of the Kohler Open. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner as you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon. On top is the U.S. Open champion from 2022, England's Matt Fitzpatrick. He's currently at 13 under. So let's get out to the course, already deep into the round as we head to the tee on the par 4 15th. Ooh. Well, I know I'm paid to talk, but there's not really much to say about that. Best to just move on to the next shot. This one measures out to 24 feet. Nope. That one polished off for bogey, and that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. Sixteenth here at Whistling Straits is the shortest par 5 on the golf course. Also one of the most exciting holes on the golf course. We saw that at the Ryder Cup. It was a pivotal hole. Recall on Saturday, Jordan Spieth making eagle here after his partner, Justin Thomas, hit that sensational approach shot. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Ooh, and that is going to wind up missing the target by a good margin, and that will be no bargain in there. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Well played there, a birdie here at 16. And he'll move now to 5 under par. The 17th now at Whistling Straits, and if you have a club that travels 250 yards on a good line, bust it out now.
That's what you're going to need, Dan, and you're going to need to hit that smack bang out of the middle of the club and leave nothing behind.
And we'll have to see here. It looked like that ball hopped from the lighter rough into the heavier stuff.
Had to take the boxing gloves off on that one. No touch whatsoever, and this is a long, long putt coming back.
Lengthy putt here of 27 feet. Oh, no, just appeared to be befuddled by the break there. That one finished off for bogey here at 17, and that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. We come now to one of the most celebrated finishing holes in all of golf. Whistling Straits, 520-yard par 4 18th. An aggressive drive down the left side requiring a 270-yard carry over the sand dunes and bunkers. Safer to play it to the right. This one starting a little bit left. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. So a breeze at his back as he readies his second to the par 4. We turn to Notabegay III for this look at birdie.
And you have to be very careful with the downhill part of this putt. It doesn't have a lot of break, but it will gather some speed.
That one just going to sneak on by.
Sometimes you worry so much about the putt getting away that you completely forget to hit it.
So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18. And this will be a final round score of 74. Well, Frank, what a day of golf we saw out there today.
7,800 yards of, I'd like to say pure joy, but for the ones that have done well, you earned it.
Well said, Frank. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long for now from Whistling Straits. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From TPC Scottsdale, it's the opening round of the Arizona Classic. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer will begin 7 shots off the pace. So let's get out to the course as we pick up the action starting at the par 4 11. Round one here at TPC Scottsdale, just 2 more events remaining on the regular season calendar. We'll be at TPC Boston next week, and that's it. The playoffs begin after that. So, that said, interesting time of year. You have half the field just trying to get to their best form, and another half trying to get in, period. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony, and a great result in the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
155 to the hole, standing on the wrong side of par right now, looking to get back to even.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Oh, yeah, that one on line all the way. It's in for a birdie. Well, 16 at TPC Scottsdale is the most famous, but maybe the most beautiful par 3 of the golf course is right here, the 12th, with that peninsula green and water all down the right side and the 2 deep bunkers protecting the left. This is an excellent par 3. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Yeah, I think the green may have grabbed that one from off the green. That's going to come up well short. That is well read. A terrific putt there to save par. And he'll stay at even par. This is where the excitement really kicks in at TPC Scottsdale. The 13th hole is a par 5 at 558 yards. It is a wonderful driving hole. There's water. There's desert on the right. You have the mesquite trees and a big bunker on the left. If you can drive the ball straight here, keep it out of that trouble, well, then you absolutely have a chance to get home in 2 and maybe make an eagle. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. It's about a 60% make percentage from here. This for birdie. Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. We come now to the 490-yard par 4 14th. Not quite as intimidating as number 11, but every bit as demanding. After an uphill tee shot, players hit into a green sitting precariously on what was once a spectator's mound. Par is a great score here. That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done. From the fairway Nota, this is second.
113 to the hole. Pin is on the front left part of the green. This is the sand wedge. Has gotten a lot of this one, and it's going to be just a fraction long.
A lot of movement coming left here. This for birdie. Another rolled in there. Birdie's now at 13 and 14. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Well, you can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there. Okay, that's going to come to rest in the rough as that rolled all the way through this long 15th green, but it is safely on that island. Seven feet now for birdie. Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. Our featured golfer in a good position, you'd have to say. Just 3 shots off the pace after round 1.
Just got to keep the leaders in check, though. Can't afford to get, further away.
So that's a wrap for all of us at EA Sports PGA Tour. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time on the road to the Masters. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today from TPC Scottsdale, second round coverage of the Arizona Classic. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the top. Our featured golfer right in it, just a couple of shots off the pace. We'll get out to the action here as we pick things up on the par 4 6th hole. We know he can move it. That ball was absolutely bombed. Now comes the touch shot, 83, 84 yards. See if he can play that two-check skipper and get it to stop.
That's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really outside chance for birdie.
Let's bring in Nota Begay the third for a look at birdie.
Yeah, it's just very slightly up the hill. I don't think it's going to move more than a ball or so to the right.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he moves to 2 under for his round and -5 overall. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favouring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
A little too much spice on that one. That flies the green, and he'll be chipping out of the rough.
Oh, that's nice. Ball landed softly. And that's why it's a good decision, really, when you think about it. Ball sitting in the rough, not too bad. You want it to land soft, so the flop shot. Good decision.
That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he's going to remain one shot off the pace. This is a good hole right here. The par 4 8th at 475 yards, a slight dogleg to the left. This is where you want to hit that sweeper. If you have that in your bag, get a little extra roll on that hooking tee shot from there, you'll have a chance to make a birdie.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but it is long.
So after the missed fairway, his second now from the rough at 8.
Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line.
Oh, I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain one shot back. The final hole on this opening side is a par 4 measuring out at 454 yards. There's one bunker to avoid right of the landing zone, but the distinguishing feature here is this green with a ridge right in the middle. Getting the ball to the correct portion of the green on the approach shot can be the difference between a 10-footer for birdie or a 50-footer. That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. That was just about perfect. Just 90 yards remaining here for his second into the par 4.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's just very slightly up the hill. I don't think it's going to move more than a ball or so to the right.
Oh, yes, very impressive right there. That goes down for a birdie. This 10th hole is really all about strategy and good decision making. It's a hard dogleg to the right, and you have a couple of options. You can cut the corner with a driver, but then you're contending with a small bunker and some trees if you miss-hit it. Or you can go with a fairway wood, but if you're offline, well, then you bring the bunkers on both sides into play.
Well, it's in the first cut. We know you can't spin the ball as much from the first cut. Still lying okay.
So now from that first cut, his second to the par 4.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
10-foot putt left. Yeah, that's a good putt. A birdie here at 1. And he moves to within a shot of the lead at 6 under now for the tournament. So after a wonderful Thursday and Friday of golf, our featured player is only a shot back at the end of day 2.
The end of 36 holes, but the beginning of the weekend, Rich, which, it's going to be exciting to say the least. Can they go all the way this week?
So that's it for us. For Frank, Noda, Iona, and our entire EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From just outside of Phoenix and TPC Scottsdale, live third-round coverage of the Arizona Classic. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Sepp Straka, the former Georgia Bulldog, is your leader. He sits at 10 under par. And the golfer we'll be watching, definitely in contention, just 3 shots off the lead. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 4 10th. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
It's 125 yards left to the hole, pin on the right-hand side, so really looking for a fade in here if he can.
What a way to start the back 9. That is a tremendous iron shot.
A great opportunity here for birdie. Yes, rolls it right in. A birdie here at 10. And that's going to move him to 8 under. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. From an ideal location, middle of the fairway, this his second.
Rich, is that 8 or 9 feet? I don't know about that, but it is a great approach shot.
8 feet now for birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt. A birdie here at 1. And he's worked it to 9 under par. 12th hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll stay at -9. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. That worked out really well, landing just short, gets that little bump onto the green, and now maybe a huge bump on the scorecard, Frank, if this putt goes down for an eagle.
Well worked out second shot, Rich. You could not fly that ball on the green and expect it to finish up in that front third.
How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
Just like that, it's a birdie here at 13. And he'll get it to 1 under for the round, 10 under for the tournament. So after the fun at the par 5 13th, you have to knuckle down here at the par 4 14th. It is 490 yards, and par is an excellent score here on this hole. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
156 yards left to the hole. Pin sitting on the left half of the green.
Rich, there's one thing about good iron play. When you hit it and it comes off the club face, you know it's going to be close. More evidence there.
5 feet now for birdie. Yeah, that's good putt. A birdie here at 1. And he's into double figures now at 10 under par. Tell you what, Frank, for our featured golfer, I think it's a good opportunity tomorrow as they finish day 3. Just 2 shots off the lead. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you, Rich, there. I mean, 2 shots is so close, really. Birdie, bogey, and you're tied. Great position to be in.
So that'll do it for my partner here in the tower, Frank Nobilo. For Nota Begay, Iona Stephen, and all our crew, Rich Lerner saying, we'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour. EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the desert Southwest and TPC Scottsdale, it's the final round of the Arizona Classic. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Russell Henley is the leader. He's currently at 13 under. Meanwhile, our featured golfer, right there to begin this Sunday, currently just 1 shot off the lead. So let's get out to the course as we join the action on the tee at the par 5 13th hole. No issues here. That is into the fairway.
Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Well done. That one rolled in for a birdie. And he'll move to 13 under par for the tournament. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Left side.
That's a pretty good break there to finish up in the first cut. With that ball sitting up fairly well, a lot more options available.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
We have 129 yards to get you to the front of this green, but it's 138 yards you'll need to get all the way to the hole. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
This is a 16-footer. Yeah, that's good putt. A birdie here at 1. And that will push him into the lead here with 4 holes left to play. Arriving now at the 553-yard 15th, another reachable par 5, water guarding the left side of the fairway. Players hit their second or third shots into an island green, and scores can range from 3 to 7 here, so the 15th is always exciting. well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. It is one of the more satisfying shots in golf, isn't it? Downwind to a par 5 the second, and you knock it on. Chance for eagle.
Certainly shortens up the par 5, that wind at your back, Rich, but you can just surf the wind. Just let that ball carry and just sail towards the green.
Yeah, had to be careful with that one. Couldn't be too frisky, and that's not too bad. So now eyeing this one for birdie. Oh, how about the run here? That a third consecutive birdie. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. Here we are at the famed 163-yard par 3 16th at TPC Scottsdale, with the McDowell Mountains in the distance and the most boisterous gallery in golf looking on. This is a test like no other on tour. But a long ways away, and that will not generate a whole lot of excitement up there in the box seats. Now this for another birdie.
Yeah, this is very makeable, Rich. Not a lot of break, not a lot of slope. Definitely take a run at it.
Up there at 16, it is down for a birdie. And that could be an all-important one. It's now a 2-shot lead with 2 to go. Up next, the 332-yard drivable par 4 17th. Players going for the green need to avoid the water short and left of the putting surface. A miss right will still allow for a fairly simple up and down. Yes, very well done. So many tee shots reach the water here, but this one stays on line, and it'll be an eagle putt coming up. Tell you what, there's some kind of round going on now. What a putt that was. It's an eagle, and his sensational play continues on this backside. What an outstanding finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. Not overly long, but it is challenging. At 442 yards, this par 4 is all about strategy. You can challenge the lake on the left if you're one of the bigger hitters. Cut the corner of the Church Pew bunkers. That leaves you with just a flip wedge in. Or you can take the safe route. Just go down the right side of the fairway. Step one out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One really good approach shot could just about seal it. A left to right breeze. Something to consider here as he eyes this second shot. Here we go.
Well, if that's the last iron shot of the day, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, it's a nice finish, a birdie at 18. And this is going to be a final round score of 62. What a way to wrap things up. Frank, always impressed when the players here are able to tune out the craziness. I mean, it's good fun, but it's still high-level business out here. You're trying to get the job done and win, and that's just what our featured player was able to do. What do you think?
I think it's just crazy. It's party town, really. And Rich, on Saturday, what is it? In excess of 250,000 people turn up just to watch? That's incredible. That's the atmosphere that you're talking about. But, you know, they say it's the greatest show on grass. They're probably right.
So that should just about do it. For all of us at EA Sports, thanks for spending some time with us on the road to the Masters.